You guys are reunited. Made
It
this
feels so
film.
good.
There's a lot of pressure. How do you hope that audiences are going to react to this film?
I mean, obviously I hope they react well. I hope it's something that they feel was a very valuable way to spend 2 hours. I think that for us, a big reason for making this film was to show how, in this new world that we seem to be living in, where these acts of terrorism are not that uncommon, and they're scary and they're confusing and they're hard to process. Something that we saw in Boston in particular was people finding the very best versions of themselves and communities coming together and love rising to the top, and beating the hatred. And that's I think an important message and something that Mark and I both believe in.
Yeah, and people have been, have seen bits of the story on the news, but they get to know the people, and that is a big deal. And it's something that ultimately is very inspiring and filled with hope and love. And so I think it's a must see for everybody.
I was at the edge of my seat and I was going, I had no idea all of this stuff happened. Retelling that and you shot in chronological order, is that something you always knew you wanted to do?
I mean, you always like to shoot in chronological order, but you never end up doing it. And I think we sort of did, but not entirely. And we've done enough movies so that we can. I mean, I know one of the reasons I love working with Mark is I can come up to him and say, we're supposed to shoot this and this and this today, but we can't. We got to shoot the end of the film. And some people would freak out, and it would be a disaster. Mark can process that and move through it pretty quickly.
And at the end, obviously you're a big Red Sox fan. How was filming kind of, that's the last scene, we're at the game, they come out. What was that like for you guys?
Well, for me, it was fantastic. Pete's a New York guy, but I think he was overwhelmed by Poppy's charm.
I'll tell you what was really fascinating was that, Mark got David Ortiz to be in the film, and that was, really thrilling because we knew we wanted to use some of his footage at the end of the film, from when he really spoke in Fenway after they had caught the second brother. But I was invited with Mark and to go into the dressing room for the Red Sox, which the clubhouse. I didn't want to admit, but I kind of got goosebumps going in the Red Sox clubhouse, and there was David Ortiz sitting in his locker getting dressed, and I went over and listened to him and Mark talk, and David Ortiz told his story of the Boston Marathon bombing and how, I guess that right after the bombing, the Red Sox left to go on a road trip, but he was hurt. So he stayed in town throughout the entire 3.5 days, the manhunt and the gunfight in Watertown. And he talked about how scared he was and then how angry he was. And hearing David Ortiz tell his story, where we had heard all kinds of other stories, that was something that I will take with me for a long time.
And final, because I'm getting wrapped, do you feel you did Boston proud, Boston strong with this film?
Absolutely, and I can't wait to go home next week and show the entire community the film.